like you're 20. It's insane. Or what always tripped me out when I first met Damien.
Damon, yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, I honestly thought he was younger than me. I'm like, how old are you? I think he's like 40 something. Like,
Damon.
Damien, sorry, yeah, Damien. He's like, oh yeah, I'm like 40 something. He's like way older than me. I'm like, what the hell? I thought you're 24
Yeah,
years old.
I remember
Bro.
when he came into the Masters training, and I'm
Yeah.
like, "Hey, Damon, how old are you?" You know?
Yeah, exactly.
What?
Yeah, exactly. So honestly, if I could be like them and be like young and mobile for like as long as I can, it's really important. And honestly, like I've worked out my entire life. Like I've done like weight training. At a certain point, in my opinion, like it gets boring going into the room. How many different bicep workouts can I do? How many different like back workouts can I do? And then coming and at least like training on the mat every day is different. Sometimes you're gonna smash everybody. Sometimes you're gonna get smashed. Other days you're gonna be training for like me. Like I've trained for 5+ years, for example, and I learned a new move.
Yeah.
You know, so it's constantly growing. Or even now, like how we talked about, everybody's adapting different sports all into one.
Yeah.
Just watching like a YouTube video of some of the ADCC tournaments,
Yeah,
seeing what they're
exactly.
doing.
Yeah.
And trying to incorporate that like into practice. Like, okay, let me try this move. Like, oh shit, like it works. You know. So it's like a ever expanding pool of like knowledge.
Yeah, it never stops.
Yeah, and honestly, like in my professional career, sit behind the desk, sit on a chair like for like 8 hours a day. So being able to like move around the rest of the day and like expand and like do a bunch of stuff, it's great because I can't just sit down hunched over.
What do you do?
So right now I do. The best way I can describe it is I do IT for Disney, but in their advertising department.
Gotcha.
So I'm the person who makes sure all the annoying commercials that you see on your streaming services work and that you watch those commercials. But it's exciting because it's a lot of networking and I see a lot of cool, I guess you could say like commercials before they come out or like movies and stuff that give us access to see some of like movies like a year before they're out. So it has this cool perks. And on top of that, like trying to save up, trying to start a family, get a house and everything like that. So it's really important. And like finding a balance between that and training was like pretty hard because sometimes like I have like late nights and stuff, but then I like drag myself to practice. And even then like I know it sounds weird to whenever I explain to other people, but I know you would understand like it's like therapy where like I could have a hard day. I've had hard meetings or like people are arguing or yelling and then you just come in and it all goes away because you leave it all on the mats. You come, it's kind of like yoga where like that's the only thing you think about. Or like you can have a tough day, but your homie comes like, or I come talk to you, I come talk to Kevin, I come talk to any of the other guys. It just makes my day better, you know? It's nice. And at the end of that day, like someone could come cuss me out or like do whatever. Like, I don't care. Like, you know, like I get it all on the mat.
Yeah.
So I like it a lot.
Yeah. Man, yeah, you know, like different, you know, different Armenians. I say different Armenians from different kind of places, or from Iran, from Iraq, Lebanon, right? Beiruti.
Yeah.
And all the, what your family is, what kind of Armenian?
It's funny you asked. My friends call me half-breed.
Half-breed, okay.
Because there's different like dialects in different places. So I'm half Hayastansi, which is
from
like
Armenia.
Yeah, and then half Beruti, which is from Lebanon.
Okay.
And my parents are half, so both of them are half.
Okay.
Which I guess makes me half too. But yeah, so I have friends for both spectrums. Some are full Hayastansi, some are full Beruti. So they always make fun of me. Like, yeah, like you're a half breed.
And from Armenia, like they have the I guess it's Eastern dialect, right?
Yeah, Eastern, Western.
And then Lebanon has like Western.
Mm-hmm,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then I don't know if people see like North or South still too, but then you have like the Persian accents.
Right.
You have more like there's even harder like Russian accent, like Russian Armenian as well. So yeah, and going into like an Armenian school too, it was kind of hard because it was like, oh, you're Hayastansi, like, oh, you're better, like, you're from Lebanon.
Right,
like,
right,
oh, you don't know, like, that's not Armenian. It's like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, we're all Armenian. But it was hard for me because since I was both, whenever I was a kid, I had a really hard time, like, switching on and off from, like, from the dialects.
Yeah.
And it was hard because not that I would get bullied from, like, students, teachers would. Because at my old school, they wouldn't have two teachers, like, that speak two different dialects. Because it was like a long time ago, and they will have, okay, like this is your Armenian teacher. They only speak one dialect. That's what you're gonna learn. So people that were like Haya Sansi couldn't speak like the Lebanese version of it. And whatever I had a problem with was I would mix both of them together.